everyone. I thought I would jump on here really quick and try to do like at least a 30-minute floss tube update. I haven't been stitching a whole lot in the last month or so because I've been in like a quilting era. It seems like it happens around the summertime. Like I just suddenly like want to quilt and I don't stitch so much, but I have a few things to share. And hold on, I have to get Ginger. She hears me talking and I think she thinks I'm talking to her. So she's my little sidekick. Thank you. So this is kind of impromptu and unplanned. So I'm kind of flustered. See if I have any notes. We finally got our dog yard put in by the landscapers. They came maybe like 3 weeks ago and got all the sod put down, the fences in. The dogs are very, very happy to have their yard, and Whiskey especially loves laying in that grass. And lately he's just been hunting. He goes out there and he hunts for grasshoppers and other insects and eats them. So he is having a blast just hunting around for bugs. I painted a barn quilt. Our new yard was just so nice that we have this pump house that it's where our well water comes from. Like we just kind of like built a building around the tank. So we call it a well house or a pump house out in the country. But the side of it is just like a big solid white wall that overlooks the back or that side yard. And I thought, oh, that'd be a great place to put a barn quilt. But I can see every day, and so I painted that, and I wasn't sure about it until I added the final color, and then I was like, yes, I really like this. So I'll have Jake insert a couple pictures of that. It's just like a happy, fun, bright, vibrant just thing to look at. What else? I made a whole bunch of project bags. I started making them off and on in like February, making 4 at a time here and there until I had about 16. And then at that point, you know, like I felt like, oh, I could put them on my Etsy shop and maybe more than a handful of people would be able to get one or something, you know. I didn't want to just put out 4 and have them all gone in 30 seconds. I wanted people to have like a chance to shop for a little bit. So here and there over the last 4 months, I was making project bags and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, and how I want to make them going forward. So that was last Wednesday evening. I made them live in my Etsy shop, and y'all bought them. They were all gone before 8 o'clock. I mean, I think they were up less than an hour. So I appreciate that so much because I do really enjoy making them. I don't really have a purpose for 16 project bags that are all the same or whatever. So if you bought one, thank you. I shipped them Friday afternoon, so you should be getting it in the next couple of days, hopefully, or a week. And I do have some pre-orders in my Etsy shop for I'm gonna make Peace and Plenty bags using Lori Holt's fabric line. So I have plans for that, and if you're interested in pre-ordering one of those, I'm gonna take about 2 to 3 weeks to work on them, and then I will be shipping those. And if there are any left over, they will be up for grabs in my Etsy shop. And I'm just excited to get to sew with pretty fabric and make people happy with something useful, and it's not something that's going to take up room in my house, and I get to play, and that's fun. So thank you for supporting that, and I hope if you ordered a project bag that you like it and you're happy with it. Worked really hard on them, so I'm looking forward to making more. I wanted to share some previous finishes that are patriotic and some patriotic projects that I'm working on, as well as some things I have kitted up that I would like to start on at some point. Some years I'm super patriotic, and other years, you know, I'm just like kind of underwhelmed. But this year I feel like the patriotic, I like the colors, I like the time of year. It's beautiful out here in the country, and yes, it's hot in Texas, but I don't know, there's just something kind of comforting about the colors in this time of year. So I'll be sharing some new things I've started, and I guess I'll start with my previous finishes right here behind me. I made these Well, I think I dated them on the back, so I'll figure it out in a minute. But these are all Stitching with the Housewives cross-stitch charts. And the finishing pieces are from Paisleys and Polka Dots. So the first one I have, this is called Stars and Stripes Roundabout by Stitching with the Housewives. What? Oh, excuse me. The princess needs something. Can I help you? It's like I'm not in the middle of doing anything. Come here. You want to come up here? Here. She has her tabletop bed over here. Is that better? Are you happy now? Okay. Come here. Take two. Anyway, as I was saying, Stars and Stripes Roundabout by Stitching with the Housewives. I did this on 14 count chalkboard black Aida with the called for fancy floss. And like I said, I got the wooden finishing pieces. They come unfinished, unpainted, and then you paint them and finish them yourselves. And they're from Paisley'sandPolkaDots.com, and she does such cute stuff. And so I think she included the color suggestion. I want to say the color suggestions were on her website for each piece, but I'm not sure. But there's my library card on the back. And when did I make these? June 2023. So it wasn't last summer, but the summer before. So there's that one. Then I have Red, White, and Boom by Stitching with the Housewives. These are all done on 14 count chalkboard black Aida. And I painted all these myself. I'm not much of a painter, I have to say. Thank you. You're so sweet. But I have fun with these. I mean, I think at the time I was trying to finish all of these before the 4th of July, and I started them like a week before. So I had this really like heavy deadline that I set on myself, and then I was just like on fire for a week, stitching these little stitches up as fast as I could, and then painting and gluing. And then we put them on my parents' fireplace mantle. This one was Stars and Stripes Street number 2, according to my card on the back here. They're really cute. I'm going to put them out this year. I don't think I put them out last year, but I really like them and they're adorable. So if you're looking for some easy patriotic stitching, and the fabric I used as well, that was from Stitching with the Housewives. I just layered it on sticky board and glued and added some white rickrack, and I had the Dritz covered button kit to do the buttons, and the ribbon as well is from Stitching with the Housewives. I'm actually surprised that they've held up so well because we've moved. I think I just had them like in a box. So then we have Stars and Stripes Street number 1. If you're interested in any of these, you can check out Stitching Housewives on Etsy and download, I think they're just Stars and Stripes Street. And I think there were 4. I think there was just 4 of them, and then there were a couple of like extras that they did, like the rounds behind me. But yeah, cute, cute. Then we have Ice Cream. Sorry if the lighting's not good today. It's been raining off and on for like 3 weeks. And I just wanted to jump on here because I've had a few people ask, and I feel guilty that I haven't been on Flosstube in a while. So I was hoping maybe someone could gather some inspiration from the stuff I'm going to show today, even though I haven't been working on very much. And last one, fireworks stand. They are really cute. Like, I'm standing here like inspiring myself. Like, I should make more of these. And I mean, they're just freaking cute. And so when I would paint them, as soon as they were dry, I would take some sandpaper and scuff up the edges of all the wood pieces just to kind of give it like a rusty, worn look. Also helps hide any imperfections. But definitely check out paisleysandpolkadots.com. She's got some really awesome cross-stitch finishing pieces. I need to get on there and see what she's got that I haven't seen yet. So those are my previous finishes. And this quilt behind me is the Sweetland Sew Along from Lori Holt. I've been following her along with this project, and I might actually be like on schedule with it. So that's kind of been my big distraction lately, is working on this quilt. So I've had a lot of fun piecing these blocks, and there's only 4 big applique blocks in this quilt, which I thought like, oh, that'll be a piece of cake. Like, yeah, that's it, only 4. Well, there's a lot of shapes. It's deceiving. You know, I thought it was going to be quicker, but it's cute. I've got the quilt center. This is all one piece now. And then I have like a blue inner border with scrappy blueprints that I'm going to add around it. And then there's 136 flying geese that go around that. And then there's another blue border after that. So it'll be 88 square by the time it's finished. And I'm hoping to get that done very, very soon. I took Friday and Monday off work so that I would have fewer interruptions, and then I could work on this quilt like all weekend. So this is what I've gotten done. Well, I'm sorry, this is all quilting related, but I started the weekend with 2 applique blocks and all 5 pieced blocks done. So I've done all the sashing, all the yellow star cornerstones, and the 2 last applique blocks. So I don't know if y'all can hear her breathing. You're so cute. You're so cute. Okay. So another previous finish I have is this was in the 12 Monthly Minis book by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I think I made this last year. But if you've seen that book, basically it's 12 teeny tiny cross stitch patterns based on like a monthly theme. This was July, of course. I stitched this up in an evening probably. Finished it into a little pillow with some fabric from Lella Boutique. Look, I understand that you love me. Please stop licking me. So this was done on 36 count. I think it's a hand-dyed linen, but I don't remember. It was probably just a scrap I had laying around, but it finishes at about 2.5 inches square. And I just have it sitting up on this like chest of drawers here. So that was what I was able to grab before I sat down and do this video. I don't really have a whole lot of Patriotic stitches. I'm hoping to change that soon, but until the quilting bug leaves me, might not happen this year. So last week I did sit down and go through my Patriotic charts that I want to stitch. Some of these are fully kitted and some of these are not, but I thought I would share what I have. This is not everything. This is just kind of what I had on top of the stack. But I have this pattern, which is Little Liberties by Little Robin Designs. And she has one of these for a couple of different seasons. There's a Christmas one I know, and I can't remember if there's got to be a few others. But it's one of those easy, it's just 2 thread colors, and they're small little pillows. Like, I should be able to whip that out in a day, right? So I have that in my stash. This one I don't have any threads for. Well, I'm sure I have them, but I haven't put the kit together for it yet. But this is Basketful of Summertime by With Thy Needle and Thread. Right? Yeah. I like the little dog with it, of course. Like, I like the flag and the dog. So, one of these days. This one I actually fully kitted up at the Tinsmith's Wife back in February. I'm really into historical, just, I don't know. I'm kind of a history nerd. I like learning new things. I like learning old things. I don't know. I saw this and I thought that's really neat. I like the ship at the top and the pilgrim ladies. So I think these are the women that came over on the Mayflower. Coming to America, the women of the Mayflower. And I have that kitted up with Vintage Country Mocha, 36 count, I think. But it's a long, long piece. So I want to say, I don't think it's a half yard, but I'm not sure. I also have some of the Brenda Gervais market charts that came out last year. Was it last year? No, it was March. These came out in March. I had picked up a few of these. I think at the time, a lot of people were buying the spring charts that she came out with, and I was kind of more focused on getting the summer charts because I figured I would have more of a chance of starting and finishing those, but neither one of those happened, so I don't have that kitted up yet either, but I think I have the fabric, Tobias Linen by Seraphim. This one I've had all the threads for. This is a Plum Street, George and Martha. This one's little too. It's 78 by 95 stitch count. It doesn't look too bad. And this one I've had for a while. I don't have the threads or the linen pulled for it, but that's another cute one. I just really like the flag. I think it's really cute. There's something about the American flag that just evokes, I don't know, nostalgia. Do you want to get down yet? You're hurting my arm. Okay, now this one, I did not get the spring trio. I got the summer trio. These, I can't see the thread, their stitch count on this, but I think they're fairly small. She likes to look behind herself like that instead of turning her head. She looks all the way up at the ceiling. She's different. So, summer trio. I'd like to start that soon. I think that would be something easily managed and doable in the time I have left. I like to think Patriotic stuff can be out through Labor Day. So I feel like I have plenty of time. This one I've had kitted up for quite a while as well. And I love Brenda Gervais and all of her designs. So of course I wanted to get this chart. And I have Winter Brew linen that this calls for. There's another chart that she has. I saw someone stitching it called Liberty. Oh, I don't. It's just one big word, I want to say. I can't remember if that's the name of it, but I really want to get that one. And this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little projects in it. And I have all the threads, so. This one I got when it came out as an exclusive June 2023. I got it through Kit and Stitcher. Teresa Vignette of Shakespeare's Peddler. She was selling the two charts together. One of them is by Plum Street Samplers and the other is by Shakespeare's Peddler. So I picked up the chart when they were selling them together for, it was a short period of time, but now you can buy them separately anywhere. But I did get I think I got the called for graham cracker linen, and I think it's 40 count. I got that from Kit and Stitcher, and I did I have some of the threads in here, but I did go ahead and order, I think it's coming tomorrow. I got the rest of the threads that I'm missing. So I would really like to work on stars first. I mean, obviously stars and stripes, but there's something about, is it a barn or a house? I'm not really, I know the other one's a barn, but it's just freaking cute. So maybe I'll start that soon. And that is all I have at my hands, like at this moment. I'm sure I could go diving into my stash and find a ton of other stuff, but hopefully that doesn't overwhelm anybody too bad. I'm gonna switch to my other camera and share the Patriotic charts that I have been working on, and we'll go from there. So a lot of people have been working on Grand Old Flag by Brenda Gervais, and it's a really cute chart. It's small, but there are 3 different patterns in it, and I've had it since February, and I thought, oh, I could just whip that out, right? So this is a piece of 40 count Old Sheep by XJU, and XJU is one of my favorite fabric dyers. I really like her fabric. So I was able to do all of this. I think I did it in a day, just like between work calls and stuff. It was really a pretty simple stitch, and then I was able to start and figure out how wide that flag was going to be so that I could figure out if I had enough fabric on the end here to do the Quaker star pattern. So I haven't gotten too much farther on that, but maybe next week I'll pick it back up and work on it some more. But I really like it. And it'll be a cute little like pillow finish, like a dough bowl full of little pillows. So there's that one. And it only calls for 3 threads, and one of them is a classic colorworks, but the other 2 are just DMCs. So if you buy the pattern, all you need is 1 skein of tartan plaid. Sorry. I'm like having to reorient myself. What sideways is actually not sideways. Okay, so there's that one. This one I still haven't started, but dang it, I need to. I ordered the shaker box and waited like however long it was, like 2 months. It came and I was like, woohoo, now I can like make the project and finish it, and I have not done it at all. I do have all the thread for it, and it's on 36 count raw linen, which I have, so I could very easily, I just want to do this part. I think I don't know if I want to do the other 2, but for sure want to start that this year would be nice. I started this. This is something I picked up kind of on a whim because I thought, oh, that would be really cute in a little tiny hoop. So I'm not going to finish it like in the pattern photo, which is, it looks like a little basket. So I'm just going to do mine as an ornament. And this is what I have so far. This is easily something that you could finish in a day. I've just had so many distractions like off and on while I'm working on it that I don't get a whole lot done. So there are quite a few threads called for it, but I didn't want to buy anything new. So I pulled the threads that I had, and then I just used my own stash and converted what I didn't have. So I'm just making it look like the pattern photo. And hopefully soon, I was just going to like make it into a little ornament and hang it on a string and then put it on like a cabinet doorknob for the 4th of July. So, and this is on, it's called for 36 count linen by Weeks Dye Works, which I had a piece of. So I just cut off a little square and I was ready to go. Other things I've worked on. I have been working on my stitching Quaker. Whoa. Okay. I have been working on my stitching Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. It's really, really cute. I'm using all the called for color and cotton. And I think this pile of threads was just like my unorganized way of pulling thread that was already off the skein and then throwing it aside. So yeah, I have that for when I need it. I can just pull it off the pile. But it's really cute. I really like this one. It's on 32 count. I think it's just gray. It's linen. It's not an even weave. And I'm doing it 2/2. So every now and then I can pull that one out and work on it. It's kind of easy and mindless, which is sometimes what I need. So I'll come back to that one. And the last thing that I worked on, this is not Patriotic really. This is the Prim Stitch series by Lori Holt. Sorry. It's a really big one. It's 12 patterns, and it's 3 across and 4 down, and I'm in the bottom left corner of it. So I have done 3 blocks and almost the rest of a 4th one. I think I have the pattern cover. So that's the block that I'm working on now. So I am stitching this with, now I started this once before and I restarted it. And when I started it the first time, I actually finished the top 3 blocks until I realized, I think in the 3rd block, I was off by half a stitch. And then I realized, oh, I started on the wrong hole. And since it's Lugana, like I kept messing up and I kept getting frustrated. And so I thought I'm going to restart this and make sure I started on the right hole so that I can eliminate that mistake from happening over and over. And because I wasn't ready to just start stitching the same 3 blocks, that's why I started down in the bottom left. So before I was working on my Sweetland sew-along quilt, I was actually working on the Prim quilt, which I started in 2020. I'm just getting these patterns ready to show y'all. I started in 2020 and I made 1 block and then I put it away and did not get it back out until I think last summer. I made block 2 and I cut out block 3 and then put it away for a year. So about a month ago, I decided I want to work on Prim again. So I pulled out all of my fabric and I did manage to finish, well, I finished all the shapes for the applique blocks. I haven't stitched them down yet, but I do have all the blocks ready for machine applique. And it basically looks just like the blocks in this cross stitch piece. So I know I said I started this twice. Let me go back and correct myself. This is actually the 3rd time that I have started this project. The first time I started it, I was going to make all the blocks individually. I was still fairly new to cross stitch. And I thought, oh, if I tackle them individually, maybe I'll have more of a chance of finishing them. So I made block 1 and I finished it and it was freaking cute. I ripped this fabric, like I cut a strip of fabric and then I ripped it with my hands to get that frayed look. And I just stuck it on a frame that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I think my idea was, oh, I don't even know. Oh, I see what I did. I have a little clip here. So my plan was to swap out every month the blocks. But then, of course, I never really went and made a second block. I started one. This was the second block. I don't think I finished it because, well, sometime after this, I decided I wanted to make the whole thing as one piece. So this got folded up and put aside. So maybe if someone wants this, they can finish it. I would be happy to just ship that to you. I'm not sure if I don't think I used DMC on this one because these 2 colors in the basket, the DMC colors are so similar. You get no contrast between them when you stitch them. So I'm pretty sure that was with Aurifil, which I had bought the whole set of. And then I kind of went through this love-hate relationship with Aurifil. Like, I don't like it. It twists up. I get knots. I don't want to use it. So I had switched to DMC. And the second time I stitched the first 3 blocks, I think I got to that block and I used the DMC and I hated it. Like, there was no contrast. So I think now I am using DMC to stitch the rest of this piece, but when I encounter 2 colors that are supposed to be vastly different, I am using the Aurifil conversion instead. It's actually not that one, it's this one. So in her dress, you can see that I did not use the DMC colors. I used the Aurifil for that. As well, the 2 yellows here, I must have used, I guess it was this basket here and these pairs. I felt like the yellows and the DMC were just kind of meh. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's been so long since I worked on it, I don't remember. So I just kind of been using my discretion when I get to a block that has a lot of, you know, contrast. I just make sure that it is going to contrast. So let's start with, you can still buy these patterns. So here's block 1. And then y'all just saw the start of block 2. This is block 3. Let's see where block 4 went. Block 4. 5. 6. And here's the ones that I've started. So I've done the barn or the church. This one is my absolute favorite, both the quilt version and the stitch version. I love the sheep so much, and there's a matching needle minder, which I'm going to grab. It's so cute. If y'all can still find these. Oh. I think this was my favorite collection from Lori, so I bought a lot of it. So that was 8, and then we have 9, which apparently is missing. Here's 9. Now 10, I decided to personalize because we have a cat named Winnie, and she's a Duluth Calico. And so I wanted to change the colors on the cat, and I wanted to give it a little bit of a belly because Winnie is a little bit chunky. And then instead of doing a bluebird, I put a cardinal on her back because we have so many cardinals out here where we live. We see them year round all the time. They're constantly flying around. So I thought that was just kind of fun. And I really just kind of winged it on her coat. I took a picture of her face and kind of, she's got one eye that's kind of covered. And then she does have a marking on her back leg that's kind of a brown, almost like a stripy fur. So I wanted to incorporate Winnie. And then number 11 is the pears. And the last one, Hands and Heart to God. So I have been wanting to work on this. Like, I got out the quilt and I started working on the quilt again, and then I realized, like, gosh, I really missed the cross stitch project too. So I pulled that one out, and it is really cute, and I do want to finish it. I actually have a frame that I had specially made last year, thinking that if I bought the frame, I would be motivated to finish the whole project. And let me tell you, that does not work. So don't go out and spend $150 on a big frame and then think you're going to finish the project, because for me, it did not work. Still have the frame, still love the frame, and I still want to finish it. But yeah, I did not, I petered out on it. So I do want to get to work on this one a little bit more. But other than that, that's all I have to share. I can show you briefly some haul. I don't have a whole lot, but let's go do that. Okay, fix my hair. I'm like sweating. I'm trying to do this in a hurry because Jake's coming home. It's also starting to thunder because we're getting yet another rainstorm. So for haul, I don't have much. I got my Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month Club pumice. It's almost like a lavender gray. So really like that. I'm in the 36 count club. So I have a fat quarter of that. And then I was buying something off Fat Quarter Shop for quilting stuff. And this just jumped into my cart. Who doesn't love fall and an American flag? So I thought, since I'm on this patriotic kick and fall is coming up, if I don't make it to the 4th of July, I could still make something before the fall. So I grabbed this pattern, and it's little. It's 52 by 72. And I'm sure I could just grab threads from my stash and convert what I don't have. So, oh, and I bought my mom, who is constantly causing trouble. She bought an Arrow sewing chair, and then she had me go over and sit down in it. And then I was like, great, now I want a chair because this is pretty comfortable. So I did get an Arrow chair thanks to my mom. She's always helping me spend money. I'm sitting in it right now, and it actually is really comfortable. They're kind of pricey, but I've heard so many good things from other people. They're popular. A lot of people have them. I got mine from Amazon for I think they're on Amazon for $330. And then I had some Amazon credit that I wanted to use, so it wasn't too bad. But I got, and I'll turn the camera down a little bit. So I got the gray, and the upholstery material on this it's like home decorator. It's like thick, durable, will hold up to cat claws quality. And then the seat opens up for storage, which is kind of nice. So I have been using that to sew, and the lumbar support on it is really nice. I have back problems. I always have. It's a chronic thing. There's like a whole laundry, like autoimmune stuff. I don't want to go into it, but I have arthritis in my back. And so I'm always looking for comfortable chairs. So this one will replace the bungee chair that I got from the Container Store about 6 or 7 years ago. And I did notice when I sat down in it, I was in pain when I sat down in it the first time. And within 20 or 30 minutes, the pain was not as bad. So I do think it helps. So if you're looking for a new chair, it's small too. Like, it doesn't take up much room, and it spins really nice and easy. And the footprint of it is just, it's very compact, but it's comfortable. So if you're looking for a good chair with lumbar support, and you're okay with spending a little bit extra, the Arrow chair, it's pretty decent. So other than that, I have been quilting customer quilts, hoping to finish the quilt behind me, and then hopefully after the next 2 customer quilts I finish, I can load one of mine, because I finished Lori Holt's flower basket sampler sew along quilt, and I need to do a quilt too, because I've been making so many quilty things. I could probably fill up an hour and a half of airtime just sharing what I've been working on. So if you're into quilting, look out for that. And the t-shirt quilt series, I know, I'm so behind. See, I have t-shirt quilts, like a series on my YouTube channel. The first episode was like, oh my gosh, it was like March? And then it's a lot of work. T-shirt quilts are a lot of work. And in order to film part 2, I have to actually be making it. And I'm not ready to make it yet. So I appreciate it if y'all have been waiting around patiently for me to like post part 2 of how to assemble a t-shirt quilt. I did have my in-laws come over and sort through the shirts that I had interfaced and cut out, and we were able to pare enough down to where I think we can just do one big king-size quilt with the shirts they picked. But yeah, I know that I need to get that done and posted if you're interested in following the t-shirt quilt making, but it's coming this summer. I know I keep saying like, yeah, the next couple of weeks, but anyway, I don't know how long this ended up being, but I hope that you found something inspiring in this video, and I know I've made y'all wait quite a bit of time, and maybe next time I will have more cross stitch to share, but if not, I'll figure something out. I hope everyone has a good week and you're staying cool. It's getting up into the high 90s here, and it's about ready to just be inside all the time. The kind of weather that you don't go outside for anymore. So, I'll finish by saying that Coco has permanently joined me for my sewing adventures. She fully expects to be up here all the time with me. So she has a special bed, and she is limited to just this bed. She doesn't get to go outside the bed. And she's really a very good table mate. Except for the snoring. Huh? Right, Coco? Alright. We'll see y'all next time. Bye. She's so good at the side eye. I don't think I took a breath in that whole last, like... Jake, you're gonna have to, like, clean this up a little bit, because I'm all over the place. I don't remember what the I did. I've had a long day. Oh, I didn't stop that.